With his wife Patricia, and together they have 4 children. He visits Salem County often, and he is honored to be recognized by the Salem County Sports Hall of Fame. He's also been inducted to the Virginia Military Institute Hall of Fame, but to be recognized back home is a different feeling. It's unbelievable. I wake up and pinch myself every day. And indeed in honor, our next inductee, Mr. John Schumann.
Well, it's sad that I have to follow the kickboxer. She's still tougher than I am. I think that row back there with all the Schumans are taking bets on how quickly I start swelling up and tearing. So, I think Lee Bacon probably passed out when he heard I was a math teacher, been a math teacher for 30 years. I know Randy Owen, one of my classmates in 1975, is probably shaking as well. But I've been away for 30-some years. There's not a day that I don't think about Salem County. Boondocks, Glassners, Salem Bridge. I think I did a half gainer off the block. Floating down the Salem River, jumping off the wharf. So I appreciate the committee inducting me, and I thank you, because it's a reunion. I get to come back, put my feet on the soil of Salem County. I would not be the person I am today without my parents, Lee Schumann and Evelyn Schumann. Evelyn Schumann is right there. Please stand up, Mom. I want to thank my sister Karen Tuthill for recommending me or nominating me and keeping up. At Fort Union Military Academy, we really don't keep the many stats. We just come to work and just bring it every day. And we try to mold our guys to go on off to better things, and obviously they pay money to go to BCS schools and so on. So it's hard for her to get my bio to everybody and my picture and so on. I appreciate Karen's efforts. And again, I'm honored and humbled to be here to represent my family on this day. I'd like to introduce my wife, Tricia. She's the backbone of our family. She and I have been married now for 27 years.
All right.
I would like to recognize Sandy, who's my mother's friend right now. Sandy is a class guy, he's a war hero, and I enjoy coming back to Salem and speaking with him. He offers class to me, he helps me get better. I'm 52 years old, like people have said, but I'm not done. I'm still a work in progress. And you're going to hear things again from John Schumann. This chapter, this book is not closed. We got things to do. We got things to get done at Fort Union and on and on. So you're going to hear, hopefully, a lot more from us. I'd like to recognize my oldest son, Ryan Schumann, who just graduated from Virginia Tech, had a great career. I'd like to recognize Liz Schumann, my oldest daughter, Kelly, my middle daughter, Mark Schumann, my youngest son, who will start his career at Virginia Tech. I would like to recognize Tony, my brother's wife, and my brother's sons, David Schumann and Michael Schumann. They all have a part of pushing me to become the man I am. And secondly, as I look around here, I noticed Lee Bacon, my middle school coach, my freshman coach, and I was coming in and I was thinking I was memorizing everything. So I got to memorize all my coaches. Lee Bacon, I thank you for being a class guy, just like Lee Weir said to everything. You have a way of getting a lot of stuff out of great players, and I appreciate what you did for me. I was standing in the lobby there and got sideswiped by Zach. I think he used to call me Q-Trap or something. He trapped me out there in lobby. I think I still have a bruise here on my wrist. Dave Weitzel, mentor. I was his protege. He taught me a lot about the mechanics of offensive line play and how to just handle myself in the hallways of Salem High School. He sat me down before. I did not really understand what the prep school scene was about. He sat me down, he said, you're going to go to prep school. You're coming from a first class program. Go down there, show your class, and get your stuff turned around so you can go on to bigger things. He said, if you don't understand it, there's a librarian right down the road. Mrs. Boyce, her son, Ricky, plays golf at Fort Union Military. You remember that? He sent me down there, I talked with Mrs. Boyce, she gave me a catalog, and she said, you gotta go to this place. You don't know about these prep schools until you're there, and then you hear this, see this, or so on. So Dave Weitzel, I thank you profusely of helping guide me to a place that made me the guy I am today. Obviously our head coach, Sam Venuto, a great man, a legendary coach, taught me a lot about motivating young men, how to obviously place fear into people as well as being compassionate, being a hug coach, and showing kids the way. Also, I worked for probably, 17 years for Preston Ware, Clint Ware, Lee Ware, and they mentored me in those rows of peppers and tomatoes. It seemed like every time I missed a count on the tomato basket or something, they made me go clean out the pig pen or something like that. But all that was worth it because here I am. I've been in 2 commercials. I've hosted a radio show for 3 years. And like I said, I've been around kids or athletes who come into Fort Union and go off to NFL careers. I've been around 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Not even in June, I listened to Vinny Testaverde, one of our Hall of Fame inductees last June, talk about his experience and so on. So again, my coaches who are here today and my classmates, they told me mimic good people. And I try to do that every day. I try to mimic very good people who brought me along in Salem and Salem County. And secondly, I always say, grow where you're planted. The farmers put the seed in, grow. I'm growing, I'm going to continue to grow, and I will always, always represent Salem and Salem County very well. Thank you for this introduction.